Hello everyone, my name is Lauren York and I will be your instructor this semester for English 102. And in this video I'd like to take some time to welcome you to our course and to tell you a little bit more about what to expect this semester. So to get started with that, I want to talk specifically about our course outcomes and expectations and the unique approach that we're going to take in our section to kind of meet those expectations. So as you know, English 101 hopefully allowed you to explore a variety of genres or different types or forms of writing. However, in English 102 now, you'll be expected to focus in depth this semester on academic writing and specifically argumentation. Now, I think when we hear the idea of arguments, that brings a lot of different concepts to mind, sometimes about debates or a clear win and lose side. But the thing I love about teaching this class is the way we'll approach argumentation in writing is not a clear win-lose, cut-dry situation. Instead, it's truly about entering a conversation in a way that allows you to think critically and carefully about what others have to say first. We'll listen in depth to other perspectives in a field, and then you'll get the chance to decide how you want to add new insight, new ideas to that conversation. And I think when we hear academic writing as well, sometimes that might feel disconnected from your own life, your everyday life. And yet that idea of entering a conversation, of listening thoughtfully and being able to continue to grow ideas and move things forward, that's something we do every single day. And that's why I really love teaching this class, is I think the skills and the knowledge that I hope you take away from here will help you in so many different aspects of your life. I think that as you gain some of that skill set and you develop new habits around those concepts, you will hopefully grow personally and professionally as you just learn more about topics of interest to you. But you'll also have the potential to persuade others to enact change in the world because of that. And that is really the purpose of writing in so many different ways. Now, for our class, how we're going to explore academic writing and argumentation, we'll focus in depth on research, and all semester long we'll be doing things like this by working towards composing a lengthy academic article. And you'll be writing about an issue specifically within an academic or career field that you intend to pursue. So you'll be able to write about something all semester long that hopefully you have an interest in, you're passionate about, and that way you get to learn more about that topic, and also you have the potential to contribute new ideas to that field too. Now, that is why I've set up our class so that you gradually work towards that longer genre, that longer project all semester long. That is not something you'll be doing in the first few weeks. That's not something we'll even do by halfway of the semester. That is what you'll work towards composing as your final project in this class. The things we will do prior to that are directly set up to help you with that article. We'll have an entire project focused on helping you develop research for your article. We'll have an entire project helping you propose ideas and how you plan to actually engage with those ideas in your article. And you'll get feedback from your own classmates as well. So it really is scaffolded throughout this course to help you reach that longer goal. And while I see many of my students at the beginning of the semester somewhat feel anxiety or feel anxious or stressed about that lengthy project, it is the most powerful thing and the rewarding thing to see them at the end of the semester realize that they did it and that they kept with the focus of this course and they met the assignments and they were able to compose that powerful piece of writing by the end of the semester. And that is truly my hope for you as well. Now, with that being said, I'd like to talk a little bit more about my role in this course and what you can expect from me too. So I see myself as someone that is meant to be here to challenge you and to help you grow as a writer throughout the semester, but just as much to help you and support you in doing so. So while I know that some of the assignments especially that I will ask of you may seem challenging or rigorous at first, I will constantly support you in every way that I can this semester. Whether that means something's unclear and you reach out and we talk more in depth about it, if you want feedback on something before you submit it, if you just want to chat and brainstorm ideas. I am someone that's truly involved and engaged in the course, and that's why I love teaching. I love working with my students and hearing from them and seeing you grow. So while I have high expectations for you, I also believe that they're very realistic expectations, because I will help you along the way as long as you put in the time, the effort, and the work to be successful in this class. I truly believe you have every potential to do that. Now that you know a little bit about what to expect from the course and to expect from me, I'll tell you a little bit more just about me personally. So I began working at Lincoln Land in 2018, and at the college I primarily teach composition courses, so English 101 and English 102. I'm typically working in the Writing Center as well every semester, and then I do teach online and both face-to-face typically. Now, prior to coming to Lincoln Land, I was at Illinois State University for about 7 years, and I also worked at Heartland Community College for a little bit. And then before that, I even taught high school. That's actually where I started my teaching career. And I think that the variety of experiences that I've had, everything from teaching at different levels, but I've also worked in everything from advising to admissions to being in the classroom, which is truly my favorite aspect of my job. I think that's just given me a greater appreciation for the work I get to do with my students and to see the dynamics of higher education especially. So I love what I do. I love Lincoln Land too. So much so that I live in Bloomington, Illinois, and I commute about 2.5 hours to get to campus. But to me, that's an easy choice because I really love this college and I love the students I get to work with. In Bloomington, I do live there, like I said, with my husband, my daughter, Macy, and my son, Jackson, and then our Cocker Spaniel named Megatron. And yes, you heard me correctly, his name is Megatron. So that's just a little bit about myself. The last thing I'd like to touch on briefly is just how to get started with the course and some tips on how to navigate it, and especially how to be successful this semester. So when thinking about things like that, I think one of the biggest things I can tell you right now is to start immediately and to stay engaged. It is important with online learning especially that you begin early and that you reach out for help that way if you run into any trouble, because you have to self-pace yourself with online learning. It's not like a traditional class where we're meeting at a set time every single week. Instead, you pace yourself, and while I give you gradual assignments and goals for each week and each module, you will really need to stay on top of those expectations. And so to do that, as you begin this course, I suggest that you go and look at the intro announcement I have in the course, as well as the assignments for this first module. And you'll see that the way I've set up this first module is to truly help you become familiar with the course, not only the course site, but our expectations and policies. And a big part of that is reading the syllabus early on. So I expect that you do that because that will go in depth about policies, expectations, and a lot of times I see students find their questions that they often have at the beginning of the semester answered within that document. You'll also find our course schedule there, and I suggest you print that out. You make notes in whether you keep a digital calendar or a paper calendar just about those deadlines so you can stay on top of those. And do the same with the syllabus too. Highlight the important details on there. Take note of how I'm recommending you reach out to me, how I expect assignments to be submitted. All of those things will be very important to note. And if you have questions about any of it, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Now, once you've done some of that, I would also recommend that not only in this first module, but the entire semester, be aware of the announcements that I post in the class. That's one of the other big pieces of advice I can give you to succeed this semester. Within those announcements, I take time to submit them every single week to all of you to touch base on some of the key things I expect you to be doing at that point. So that's a good way to pace yourself as well. But it is also an area that I'll post reminders about deadlines. Sometimes I'll post advice or details about some of the content that we're covering at that point, either because I noticed something coming up in discussion boards, or I feel that a lot of you have reached out with questions about something. So it's often a place that you'll find more in-depth details about key content from our class. And if anything comes up and changes, that is also the place I will typically post details on what to expect if we need to make adjustments. And that inevitably happens from time to time. So it is truly important to stay up to date on those announcements and to constantly check into our course site because of that. Now, I realize that some of you may be first-time learners to the online environment, and those are some of the big things that I would be mindful of as you pace yourself, as you make sure to stay involved and up to date on the deadlines. The other thing I'd say just to keep in mind is that, like I mentioned, I am here to help you, and I truly want to see you succeed this semester. So please do not hesitate to reach out. If you have a question, if you need just to discuss something more in depth, reach out early and often to me, and I will always get back to you. I am someone that wants to see you grow with your academic writing, but to do so, you have to be engaged and you have to let me know how I can help you succeed. My goal this semester for you specifically is to help you engage in that robust collegial dialogue that can lead to more thoughtful and respectful conversations. And I think that can benefit all of us in so many ways. So I am truly looking forward to working with you this semester, to seeing the powerful ideas that you compose in your writing, and to just getting to know you a little bit better as well. So again, reach out if you have questions. Otherwise, please get started with our course as soon as possible. Thanks so much and enjoy the rest of your day.